Like that, you know, if he wants to come on, he wants to come on. We're talking about guests, people who want to come on. They're belting down the doors to come on our panel. Do we want them? Of course we do. Knock down the doors, we might even get you on the panel. The show's about to start in about 20 seconds. Here's the letters for tonight. Should we lock them away from Australia forever? Don't give them their citizenship back? Some people say yes, some people say no. You know who we're talking about. Second letter tonight. Will these people have the same tune when the chin doubles and sags and the cheeks start to sink or the lines begin to become pronounced? Talking about me. Yes, I'll probably have the same attitude. And the last letter tonight. Johnny Depp was flying into Oz with his two silky terriers in defiance of our quarantine laws. Yeah, but a really exciting letter tonight to finish up the show. 20 seconds, don't go away. The panellists will be in here. Sweet and sour, don't go away. See you soon. I'm not allowed to giggle.
Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby it's time for Sweet and Sour. Right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar in there, baby.
It's time for Sweet and Sour.
Hey everyone, welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour and some lovely panellists tonight. First up, hello Lou.
Hello Gary.
Lovely to have you.
Oh,
Your marital status has changed since the last time you were on the show. You're now a Mrs.
I am a Mrs. And
Congratulations.
thank you very much. And I was too scared to get rid of my surname, so I've actually tacked on the, you know.
And
the
now you're an
marital
apple.
name Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
My big fat Greek wedding, Mila. Yeah.
Or Mila.
Mila, good to have you here. Did you
Thank
do the
you.
ceremony?
No, we were just talking.
Yeah, we were.
I wish I'd
Noel was a
That would
celebrant.
have been amazing.
I
I
know.
know.
Stopped and sang.
We would have.
Well, while the girls chat over there, we're going to say hello to Julie. Hello, Jules.
Hi,
Been keeping fit?
I have. I just did a class before I came here today. Rushed in. No, you said I smelled good.
You did smell
Can't
good.
change that now.
But I have, you know, what's good to me is not necessarily good to
Thanks a lot.
Lovely to have you. Hello, Georgie.
you.
Hello, Gary.
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Your
How are
daughter's
you?
in Sydney.
She is.
Much like Julie's daughter as well. Why does everyone's daughter pack up and move to Sydney? What's the attraction over there?
It's the big smoke.
Everybody used to go to London when I was at uni.
Yeah.
Pack up and go to London.
Yeah.
And then it became Melbourne, now it's Sydney.
Yes.
Londoners come here now.
Yeah.
They pack up from London and come here.
But I can understand that. In
Sydney's
Perth,
close-
for the
Sydney's
benefit of those
closer than
people
London,
in
at
the
least.
east, we've got it good over here. I think so. You seen the letters?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Letter one, it's called Keep Out There, Sweet and Sour. We don't want them back. Yes, I'm bold enough to speak for all thinking Australians when I say we don't want them back. They've disregarded the values that Aussies hold as precious, jumped on planes to land in the middle of the 7th century primitive religious crusade to lop off opponents' heads, the opponents being all of us, and those who represent the likes of us in that very strange part of the world. Everyone learns consequence and they must take theirs. If they were in Australia and committing violent crimes here, that they've boarded planes to go and commit over there, we would lock them up forever. So we should lock them away from Australia forever. Don't give them their citizenship back. They've abused it like no one ever has. Don't let them back here because they will be a danger to our society, or they will cost the taxpayer millions to keep under surveillance or in prison. Life is hard. Life's consequences are hard. They've made a poor choice to quest for religious glory. Not my fault, not my country's fault. They must suck it up. I hope they all meet their glorious 72 virgins tomorrow, but not here in this land. And it comes to us from Ben of Midland in WA. Julie, keep them out, keep them away.
Oh, Ben, you're a hard man. I'm probably going to make a few enemies, I think, with what I'm going to say.
What makes you think you haven't already on this show after a few years?
I have a 25-year-old son, and I can tell you that when he was younger, and I believe that most of these people are younger that I've seen anyway, I think he was searching for something, and had he found someone who he really sort of found quite charismatic and, as you used the word, seduced him to something that maybe he thought was going to be a better way of life, I think he could have succumbed. Now, these kids, and they are kids, they're young, males' frontal lobes don't develop till they're 25. You know, yeah, they made a mistake. They went over there, they realised, oh, this isn't very good, and they want to come back. What do? We're going to condemn them to death if we say, stay over there. These people, they'll be killed, and I don't feel comfortable with that. At least if they're
Do you
here.
feel comfortable inviting them back here, paying for it continuously?
Well, what about this? They've come back with all kinds of information that we could use in the fight against Islamic fundamentalists, should I say. So why would we
That's
not
assuming
take
all
them?
of them will come back and use that information to a positive effect over here.
Well, I'm assuming that they are. I'm just going to think that they are. Look, they would come back, they would be under surveillance, no doubt about that. We don't even know. There's people here that aren't under surveillance who could be causing so much more trouble. But these guys, we know who they are. We could use what they know for the better good.
Georgie,
I couldn't disagree more. I'm sorry. This is the biggest threat to our national security. ISIS targets the youth of our country through social media. And so far, more than 250 people have already gone over there, joined up, and we've had 30 deaths.
30 of those 250 have already
Yep.
given their lives.
Yes. So, under no circumstances should we be condoning this. Under no circumstances is this, acceptable for our country in any way, shape or
So
form.
we don't make it easy for them at all?
We do not.
What do we do with them? Do we just leave them over there? That's it? Cancel
That's
passports?
it.
You've
Cancel
gone away?
the passports. If you're silly enough to buy into the whole Rambo thing, because most of these people that are going over there, they actually aren't even particularly religious or know
on a
too
crusade.
much. They're buying
Fun.
into this is going to be fun, and
young.
I'm sorry, I know they're young, but at that point, you've got to accept responsibility for your actions. And if it means that you're going to come back to this country and pose a threat, then we don't want you back. I'm sorry.
Okay. Lou, hard line by Georgie. Where do you stand?
I actually agree with Georgie. I do. And I know it is a hard line, but I just think in this day and age, like if this was happening sort of 10 years ago when we were a little bit more innocent, then, I probably would have said, yes, let's have them back and, let's try and sort of rekindle the relationships with these kids and have them back in the society. But I just don't think we can do that now. I think it's
Too far gone.
yeah, it's such a hard world.
ISIS is
at the
claiming a
moment,
lot of territory over
unfortunately,
there.
but
We were told that they weren't, and all of a sudden, two more
Yeah.
cities have fallen in
So
Iraq
tell me,
and
this
Syria.
young boy that wants to come back
frightening.
now, though,
Yep.
who's escaped to the embassy and left them, how the hell he got away from them. I
Yep.
mean, Brave has to be his middle name in a way, you know. So
Yeah, because they get rid of
like
them,
that
that's right.
situation where they've thought, my God, this is nothing like what they've said it was going to be. I'm not this, I'm not that. I've got to do this and kill women. And they've got over there under complete brainwashing. This is the young people, okay? And then they've gone, oh my God, this is nothing like it. And I know my dad's been doing this, and I know my mum doesn't, or whatever's going on in his world or her world that has made him think that's got to be better than this. And they escape and they go to the Australian embassy and they go, I've made a terrible mistake. What do we do with those?
Do you know
We
what I
just keep
saw?
them there?
Do you know
Something.
what I saw on the
We
internet
can't
today?
just
What did you
keep
see
them
on the
there.
internet today?
I actually did a little bit of research today, and one of the men that's gone over has a 7-year-old son, and he's fighting, and there is a picture.
7-year-old son?
No.
The man is
the
fighting.
father is fighting.
The
The
Australian.
7-year-old son
The Australian.
has a picture with a severed head. He's holding
Yeah.
a severed head, and the caption underneath the picture is, "That's my boy." I'm sorry,
But I agree with
This is just-
We got to go. We've got to move on.
On that level, it's
We're
not
going to chat
that
about
that I
it during
worry
the
about,
break.
you
When
know.
we come back, we're changing the topic. We're talking about plastic surgery snobs. When we come back. Who's had plastic surgery here?
Yeah.
I have.
Not very
It says over 700 people who
Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. If you'd like to send us a letter, send it to the address that's appearing on your screen right now, which is letters@sweetandsour.net.au, or visit our website, sweetensour.net.au. You can even find us on Facebook or give us a like or a tweet at Sweet and Sour TV. We've even got some photos for you on Instagram, and you can see what's happening backstage. All of our crew are there smiling at you. The movies we're sending you to this week, for everyone who sends us a letter, and we do happen to discuss, is Spy, starring
Melissa McCarthy.
who is...
Who is Melissa McCarthy?
All right, very nice.
He is very,
Who is very funny,
Yeah.
apart from being very funny. Hi, Sweet and Sour. I'm sick of the plastic surgery snobs I meet everywhere. You know, the ones who look spectacular because nature blessed them that way, and they are still in their 20s or 30s, look beautiful, and have the nerve to sound off at every opportunity about how pathetic it is to have plastic surgery to retain youth. Well, it's easy for them to say, but will they have the same tune when the chin doubles and sags, the cheeks start to sink, or the lines begin to become pronounced? I'm probably more sensitive about it than others because I've had several procedures after my partner of 15 years left me for a young and beautiful Eurasian woman, but not before he let me know in no uncertain terms that I was no longer the desirable woman that he married. I felt awful about my looks until I spent a few $1,000s to look a little better. And within months, I was back on the dating scene and feeling confident again. I'm constantly made to feel guilty by these bitches at work, out socially, and even on the TV who haven't the capacity to yet understand the negative impact of either plain looks or an ageing face in the society full of superficial pressures. What is there to say to these women when they come out with these pathetic one-dimensional pronouncements, as I'm the one who is always made to feel superficial? It comes to us from Kerry of Paran in Victoria. Nola, are you a plastic surgery snob?
No. You know what I am? I'm a mind your own business, bitch. You know? I'm a whatever you want to do with your body, because it's basically the only thing that belongs to us, really.
Yeah, do what you like.
You can do. And I don't know, but I think there's a lot of 20 and 30-year-olds getting Botox and
There are. You read about it all the time.
and nose jobs and brow lifts.
Preemptive
and in fact,
strikes. They don't have any problems yet, but they're just preparing themselves for...
Yeah, and I
don't know whether that works.
And changes boobs and noses and changes, truly. I think they've been brought up in this, let's make ourselves perfect. And that's, I don't know whose fault, maybe the baby boomers, I'm not sure. But
It works for some people.
but at the
She
end of the
felt
day,
fantastic
yeah,
after
and
she had it done.
It's your own business.
your
It's
own
your own business. Don't talk about it with anyone. Keep it a secret.
What do you say to the snobs, though, who sit there and make pronouncements over everybody and say, oh, no, goodness me, I'm natural, age gracefully, etc., etc., etc.? What do you say to them? That's what she wants to know. What do you say to these people who made
I'd say mind
her
your
feel...
own business.
That's
and
it.
You're not that gorgeous anyway. You've got like an ugly heart.
Lou?
Ugly heart.
Lou?
Well, I think it's a shame that it's sort of come about for Kerry, you know, feeling in the marriage and because the husband ran off with a beautiful Eurasian. I think it's a shame that it's kind of come from that point of view. But if she's feeling fantastic now and she's had some work done and she's feeling good and she's back on the dating scene, it's given her confidence again, then great, good on her. I do have a little bit of a problem with people that are very young having plastic surgery, and we were, you know, talking about something about that
Lots
like
of them are doing
earlier.
it. Lots of them are doing the Botox
Yeah,
thing as
I
well.
just think, wow, like at a really young age. But I think whatever floats your boat. If it makes you feel great and makes you feel better, then
Yeah.
But what about those some of the American women that go a little bit too far? That's a bit weird, and they all start kind of looking the same. That's a bit strange.
I saw Carol Burnett not so long ago.
Yeah,
Who's
that.
She doesn't even look like her.
Yeah,
Terrible.
I find that
They're
really.
fillers. She's in her 80s. She's in her 80s.
Yeah, that's a bit
No
of a
good.
shame. isn't
Georgie?
it?
I agree with these lovely ladies to my right. Whatever makes you feel good, it's really nobody's business but yours. I agree, you know, it's a shame that it had to come at the expense of your marriage, but if it makes you feel good and you're happy when you look at yourself in the mirror, I think be sensible, don't be silly about it, but it's your business.
Yeah.
It's nobody else's business. Don't take any notice of them. You know, like everyone's got.
left her for that.
No, it's not. Look, it's not about. It's not about. You know, Unfortunately, we do live in a superficial age, but it's not at the end of the day. He's not going to leave you because of your looks.
Jules?
Well, when I was very much younger, I used to be a little bit against plastic surgery. Not against it, but I used to think, oh, I'll
Yes.
never have it.
Youth have attitude.
I
She
will
says.
so have it. And I think if it makes you feel good, do it. But only do it for you. Don't do it for anyone else. Just
Well,
for
she
you.
did it for herself.
No, she did. Yeah, she did.
But what does
did
she
it for
say?
herself.
What does she say to people that where she's sitting around? Or does,
No one says it is
Does she have
none
to
of
say
your
anything?
business.
does she have to say anything?
No,
Just
she
suck
actually
it up.
doesn't even have to dignify it with an answer.
No, she doesn't.
She can just.
It's irrelevant. what
That's
anyone
true.
else thinks.
That's
Yeah.
true. You don't need to put people
None
in their
of- none
place.
of their
It's not your job on this planet to teach anybody anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just build confidence.
I hear you, girlfriend.
When we come back, we're talking about Johnny Depp and his dogs that were flown out of Australia. And anyway, we'll see what the girls make out. But when we come back, more of Sweet and Sour. Don't go away. See you soon. Did you guys read?
At Sweet and Sour, we're totally reliant on your letters. So if the show that you're about to watch is boring, it's your fault.
Welcome back to Sweet and Sour. Here we go, last letter of the night. Hi, folks. I sat with some amusement watching the silly little story unfold of Johnny Depp flying into Oz with his 2 silky terriers in defiance of our quarantine laws. My smile then flattened a little to then see Barnaby Joyce as the minister responsible take to the airwaves and threaten the imminent murder of the little dogs if they weren't shipped out immediately. And then my smirk completely soured to witness the media hop into Barnaby with Kyle Sandilands the worst by being completely out of perspective and verbally abusing the minister, calling him a total clown, among other things. It was the biggest story of the day. In all of that, I felt that we've lost a sense of perspective in the Western world. First of all, Depp thinks he can swan around the world ignorant of the local laws. Then Barnaby decides to make an issue where none really exists on any scale and thinks this an opportunity to hop in all guns blazing over 2 little dogs. And finally, Sandilands thinks abuse of elected representatives is an appropriate form of media entertainment. Well, sorry, but if there's any good to come out of this, I hope it's you panellists letting the viewing public know why they shouldn't be seduced by the collapse of common sense in this world and maintain a sense of perspective in all things. Yes? Writes Amanda of Double Bay in New South Wales. Georgie, you're first up on that one. Did you see the episode? What was happening?
I watched it in the news and, look, if it was anybody else, they would not have been able to... They wouldn't have gotten any special treatment. Look, let's face it, we're only sitting here talking about this because it's Johnny Depp. Okay, the realities are that you can be liable for a $340,000 fine, and Johnny Depp is liable for that fine or even a jail term. Obviously, they won't go ahead with that because he's Johnny Depp. But the facts of the matter are, he did break our quarantine laws, irrespective of how cute the little doggies were. You cannot just bring them into our country because all of us have got our own little pets that we love. And I'm sorry, we don't want the American nasties coming over here with Johnny's dogs. So no, I don't care who you are.
No,
you've got to
don't
follow
do it.
quarantine laws.
Jules, we
did
lose some perspective over this. Barnaby hopped on the case and wanted to shoot the little doggies, and and the media just ran with it. And Kyle Sandilands
Our story of the day?
blew it out.
Really? It's a bit sad that was story of the day. Yeah, there's no people. Everyone was wrong in this. Johnny Depp, idiot, or maybe not idiot.
Albeit an idiot.
I don't like him. I
Sexy.
He knew what our laws were, or if he didn't, he should have. Barnaby Joyce really
He didn't
murdering
care to
dogs.
find out. He thought he'd get away
Yeah, it
with
was ridiculous.
Barnaby
Joyce
hopped
obviously
on.
he hadn't said anything for a while,
Johnny
so he
Depp-
needed a bit of publicity.
it. I'd figure he thought it'd be a news story, so he
course.
thought, right,
I
it's
know
Johnny
what I'll
Depp,
do.
I'm going to cash
I'm
in
gonna-
and show them that I'm out
gonna
there.
murder his dogs.
About this?
How?
The only reason they found out was social media because somebody he took the dogs to be groomed, and she put it on her social media. Oh look, Johnny Depp's dropped his
Oh.
two dogs.
dog
That is
groomers' fault.
that is the and they were here
Private
at this
plane.
point.
What does that
They-
tell you about our
They were
security?
here at this point
For
for
you
3
people that want to bomb us,
weeks.
come on a private plane.
3 weeks.
And bring your dogs.
You can bring a dog in, you can bring a bomb
Bring
in.
your lions.
Nola,
I think it was all publicity. So all of a sudden.
for everybody.
Well, no, he brought
Kyle
his little
Sandilands.
dog in and he just did that.
Barnaby
because
Joyce.
he was swanning around thinking he could. Ding dong.
'Cause he does that.
Yeah.
Because he's just famous, really famous. So he just did that. But Kyle Sandilands and Barnaby Jones.
Joyce? Joyce.
I'm calling him Barnaby Jones. I'm
Do
sticking
you-
with my guns.
Do you remember that TV program?
Yeah.
You're
but-
showing your age, Noel.
Yeah, I know. Well, but not
25.
because I believe in plastic surgery. No, I just think so. He thought, well, Kyle Sandilands thought my ratings are dropping. I'll do something, and he just whacked on like he does.
But he was
And-
savage.
I mean,
He was savage.
But he is savage. Hey, look at him. He's
Out
an
of
ape.
perspective.
He's savage. Neanderthal man. Kyle Sandilands, no class, none whatsoever.
class.
So, and then you've got Barnaby Joyce thinking, well, you know, I could look pretty good here, even though he's an idiot and said he'd kill the little dog. So I think they all just, if that had been my aunt bringing her 2 little cocker spaniels into the country, no one would know about
Yep,
it.
it was Johnny
No,
Depp.
it was all
Thought they'd
just
get a run.
publicity and
They probably would
yeah.
have just killed them quietly.
Oh no, the little
Because they couldn't afford to have flown them back.
Exactly.
Or they wouldn't have got them here anyway. Lou, last word on this one.
Oh, I don't know. I just found the whole thing a bit embarrassing, really,
Bit
on an
ridiculous,
international
wasn't it? Out of
scale.
perspective.
Yeah, me too.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, here we are. Like,
It must have
maybe
been a
the
slow
Americans
news
would have thought.
day.
Not that I care what they think, really, but yeah,
But you
I
do,
just
you have that pride in your country. You don't want to look
yeah.
like that.
Didn't
Oh,
you?
gosh.
Barnaby
But
Joyce.
you know, but then he's trying it on. He's the big movie star.
What
and
should
Yeah.
they
trying
have
it on.
done? How should they have handled it though?
Just quietly out of the country. See you
Yeah.
later.
No one should have known.
Boom.
That's right.
Yeah.
No one had known about my nana's
Well, they need to know.
spaniels.
They need to know, but they need to handle it quietly.
No, but
Why did
we
anybody
don't
make any
need-
public
And to say
statement?
out
don't
loud,
need
to
kill
know.
the little
Agree.
dogs, I think that's just ridiculous.
Okay, Lou, do you like this
Yeah.
letter to give away the pair of
No, I
limited
don't.
edition sunnies courtesy
No,
of
I don't
a long
like this
trees
one.
and
That-
Aussie Opticals? No? She screwed it up and didn't like it. Everybody's screwing up their paper.
No, we can't use that one again.
Well, which letter did you like to give away the pair of limited edition
well,
sunnies?
I think, I'm going with Kerry.
Kerry?
The one that had a little bit of plastic
surgery.
Yeah. She'll wear them.
Nip and tuck.
She'll wear them with pride.
They're, can't remember. Hello, thank you, Alon. Very good. They're Michael Shoemaker limited editions.
she'll like
There you go. I got it in the
Yeah.
end. She'll like them. To the value of about
Yeah.
$600, I think. So they're
Great.
fairly special. Georgie, which one did you like?
Well, I was going to say.
You can still say it.
I was going to say the first letter, but I think the girls over there, the way they're throwing paper
No,
around,
you
they
don't need
might
to
get
be
upset
biased.
with me.
You can,
so,
you can certainly have your own say.
no. We'll give it to the lady who's had her hubby leave her.
Oh, okay. Very
But if she has more surgery done, she can wear those to cover.
Oh, there you go. That's exactly right, Lily. We know what we're doing.
God, do you know how many pairs of glasses we'd have to give away if that was the case on everyone who wrote in with... Anyway,
Yeah.
they're the sorts of people who write into this show. Anyway, did you like that letter?
I did. I was going to go for the other one too.
We got to go.
Oh.
I'm glad.
Oh, we had a
we're not arguing.
hung jury.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well, you can
Hung
pick.
jury?
It's a
No,
hung
it's
jury.
not. No, it's
No,
not.
no,
No, it's
we'll-
not.
we'll
Coming
go.
out to, what's her name?
Kerry.
Who is it? Kerry of
Kerry.
Paran. Paran. She can probably afford her own
Oh,
glasses.
actually, we didn't think
I
that
works
through.
on Chapel Street. We know that. We've got to go,
Yeah.
Luke.
Okay, bye.
Can you come back next week?
I'd love to, really. That'd be fantastic.
All right.
Have to
No.
get another outfit.
Nola, can you come back next week?
I will, yeah. If I can
Great.
figure for you. Oh, no, well,
Can
we'll
you afford
switch
another
around.
outfit as well?
Oh, maybe just a tad.
What about over here? Can we come back next week? I liked having you here, girls.
What do you think?
Yeah. All right.
All right.
All right, say goodbye to Australia. Thanks for watching tonight, folks, and thank you to our wonderful crew. And we'll see you next week with all the ladies again. Yeah? Yeah. Who's
Yeah.
All right. Who's going to wear the same thing?
Not me. Not me. No
I
way.
might.
Perish the thought.
Why would I do that? I have a wardrobe
Perry-
full of clothes.
Oh, well.